A long time ago, it was 1971 to be exact, I watched a show on TV, picked it up completely by accident, on a little black and white set I had that got about 2 stations, and one of them was the local PBS affiliate, and they broadcast this documentary called Introducing Roy Buchanan, about this guitar player who started in church playing gospel music, to which he added the country touch of a pedal steel guitar, and then he found the blues and he topped it off with a 60s scoop of rock and roll. It was abundantly clear from the show that Roy could play. I started looking for a record of his music. They had record albums back then, and couldn't find anything until one day I located an album with a plain burlap cover, which upon closer inspection proved to be Roy Buchanan, playing many of the songs from that TV show, including the one that started with him mumbling something about this stranger coming to town and not fitting in, but I know that someday the Messiah will come again. We played the hell out of that record, and one hot summer day we left it out in the sun and it warped, like a hunchback, a big huge bend in it, and after that it was almost as much fun watching the needle track on that roller coaster as it was to listen to it play. Roy never made it big, but he had a loyal following. In the later 70s, he was playing clubs in the D.C. area. I knew someone who was attending Georgetown University at that time, and he told me about this fantastic guitar player he'd heard, a guy named Roy Buchanan. And of course I said, oh yeah, I know a little about Roy. He made some other records, and they did very little. Upset at what he called record label interference, he left the music business and studied to be a hairdresser. He had a drinking problem, maybe drugs too. I don't know. He started playing again, and I got to see him in a big auditorium, and it was a joy to hear him play, but painful to see. Roy had a way of grinding his teeth when he played, and it was really excruciating and totally distracting to look at his jaw working away. Roy also could not avoid overdoing it on the technique, throwing in crazy arpeggios, cascades, waterfalls of notes that drew gasps, but sometimes ruined songs. It's a common ailment among great solo musicians, especially those who play the electric guitar, for whom excess is nothing but an artistic statement. One night in 1988, Roy was arrested for public intoxication, supposedly after a domestic dispute. He spent the night in jail, and when the sheriff went in to check on him in the morning, he found him hanging dead on his shirt. It was ruled a suicide. His family tried to dispute that, but nothing came of it, and that was the end of Roy Buchanan. It's hard to picture him on that ride from going from playing in a church to swinging alone in a jail cell. Except for the good old internet, where he lives on. You can even find that PBS show from 1971. One of Roy's signature songs was an instrumental called Sweet Dreams. He chalked it up with the usual flourishing flurries of notes to show off his virtuosity, but what made it work from the first note was the mournful howling he coaxed out of his 1953 Fender Telecaster guitar. There was something awfully authentic about that sound. One day, I don't know why, I decided to check out that song, Sweet Dreams. It was written by Don Gibson, who was in the Country Hall of Fame as a singer-songwriter, and was known as the Sad Poet, because he wrote mostly heartbreakers. His first 3 recorded songs were Sweet Dreams, I Can't Stop Lovin' You, and Oh Lonesome Me. Sweet Dreams was a hit for Gibson, a bigger hit for Farron Young, and an even bigger hit, posthumously, for Patsy Cline. It's entirely fitting that Patsy Cline and later Roy Buchanan would play a song like Sweet Dreams with that enticing title. The catch is that the sweet dreams aren't sweet at all. They're filled with pain and sorrow. They're a torture, a trap, keeping you stuck in the past with a hopeless love. Some musicians, I think, play what they truly feel. They can't play anything else. And Roy Buchanan was someone with a ton of talent who just could not find his way, did not fit in. Sweet dreams of you, every night I go through. Why can't I forget you and start loving someone new instead of having sweet dreams of you? You don't love me, it's plain. I should know you'll never wear my ring. I should hate you the whole night through instead of having sweet dreams about you. Sweet dreams of you, every night I go through. Why can't I forget you and start my life anew instead of having sweet dreams of you?